Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. We're live today for our Stash Buster. So I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds for people to find us. And I know this is a weird time of day. And I know not many people, are free at, 1 in the afternoon. Okay. Hi, Crystal. We're going to do our Stash Buster today. Thanks for joining. Yeah, if you pop in and out, it's not a problem because this isn't for everybody. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so, Connie, I'm in my grubbies. It is like, I don't know, it was like 5 below this morning. I know everybody's like freezing around the whole nation today. There's like snow in like southern Texas and stuff. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. Anyway, today we're going to do a Stash Buster, and I'm really excited to do it because I've been going through all of my stuff and starting to purge. And when I purge, I've come across things that I'm dying to use. I don't want to necessarily get rid of everything. I just don't want to store it forever. And so I keep stumbling across these paper packs or bits of leftovers of paper packs, and I want to use them up or get rid of them. I'm kind of in that mode. I'm in that mindset. January is always good for that. And so Stephanie mentioned, hey, JJ could probably use some Easter cards. And I'm like, I have Easter paper and Easter stuff to use up. The problem is I don't have a ton of decorations for Easter, so I had to make some. So I'll show you those. I'm going to flip the camera around, show you what we're going to make today. Hold on. This crazy thing. All right. I get to see my weirdo setup. I really like to see all the comments. So hi, everybody. Hi. And I'm going to leave my camera a little bit high up because we're going to be cutting paper initially. And then I'll make it closer up as we move along. How's that? Okay, so here's the thing. I want to make 12 cards. And they don't all have to be the same, but I want to make them pretty much assembly line. And this is called a flip flap card. And the idea behind this is, in my head, to use up all my scraps. So it uses a lot of paper. That's why I like this card. Unfortunately, by using a lot of paper, sometimes that means you have to use a lot of decorations too. But I'll show you. You've seen me make this card in a past live. It has a card base that is a little bit smaller. It's like a normal standard A2 card, but it's partially chopped so you can see underneath it. And gosh, I have junk on my sleeve. Sorry, I just looked down. I had like dog slobber on me. Sorry. That's really gross. Anyway, so we have this flip flap, and then on the inside, there's another flip flap. And so there's lots of decorating space. So what I did, I have a template for this. I keep my templates. My husband brought me all those crazy green envelopes. I keep all my templates in these envelopes. Here's another one that I made. I like to keep at least one sample of each card in my envelope along with my template. So if you want to make a template, this is a great one to have in your stash because you'll never remember the measurements. I just never do. So the base of it is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. I'm using colored cardstock to make my bases. And if you want to get more bases out of your 12 by 12 cardstock, then you could make this 4 inches instead, because then you would get you get 3 out of it, 4 out of it, maybe. So, anyway, this is what I'm doing today, which means I'm going to use This is Seabrook. It is a close to my heart color. It's very light. It's very Eastery. On screen it probably looks white, but it's actually green. It's kind of a minty pale green. And you're gonna need enough to make those card bases. So whatever color you decide on for your card base, you're gonna need several sheets of it. I pulled 6 sheets. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna keep going. The inner page, you'll have time to pull some extra cardstock and pattern papers out while I show you what patterns I'm using. This inner part is 3 inches by 10 inches, this flap. It's just a strip scored in half. And if you are gonna use, what it does is it makes like a nice border for your front card. And you can change the size of that inner flap depending on what you use. So in this case, I used, just like the pattern called for, a 2 3/4 by 4 inch panel. This one I used a ATG card. I did an ATG swap many years ago, and I had made all these coffee ATGs, and I made too many, and so I made these into a card. What works really good for this too is like pocket cards. You know, like the Echo Park has those cut aparts. Stampin' Up has pocket cards. Close to My Heart had pocket cards. If you're gonna use something like that as your front, you need to make your flippy flap big enough to make a pretty border. So what I put in my template is, if you're using pocket cards for the front, this flippy flap part needs to be 3.5 by 10 inches and not 3 by 10, which is what I'm gonna do today. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, if you just need it a little wider so that you'll have that really pretty, border around it. That would have looked really nice on there too. Okay, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. And these pocket cards do not match my paper right now. So I have a ton of pocket cards. Okay, and then I want to show you on this one, I flipped it open and I left the flap unattached. So there's a second layer to decorate and a third layer for your messages. So do you see how it's like 1, 2, 3 flaps? Wow, right? That's a lot of decorating. On this one, I attached the flip flap to my front layer. See that? So I have the front and this piece, and then I put my message on the back of the card. So I attached it to the front of the card instead of the back of the card. So you can make this where there's less decorating if you want to, and not make it so flippy. But the flippy is the fun for me. It makes it interactive. Okay, so I'm gonna put these, I might leave this one out because that's the one I'm making today with you. And then I'm gonna leave my template out. While you grab, you're gonna need at least, I would say, 6 sheets of your base cardstock for your base. The flippy flat part, you're gonna need at least 3. And I'm using like Ballerina, which is a real pale peach. I don't tend to use a ton of pastel colors. There you can see it's green. Okay. I don't tend to use a ton of pastel. So I'm using my cardstock today. Crystal says she's at the airport waiting to go home to freezing Michigan. Oh my gosh. Is it warm in Tulsa? I guess that's far enough west that maybe it is. Past my Heather, funny. Hi Pam. And yeah, do Valentine's. If you can get them there fast enough, do Valentine's. She'll use all of it. She'll use all of it. I'm doing Easter because I stumbled on this crazy mess. I found this pouch and it has a full sticker sheet in it and then 2 little partial sticker sheets. So I knew I didn't have enough to decorate all these cards. But then it has all these like scraps, and I have 1 more page of the bunny paper. And then I bought the, oh, see, look at the scraps. I have scraps of everything. And then I bought the bulk. Now the bulk is yellow on the back and butterflies on the front. And I think the butterflies will go really nicely with this. It's not a perfect match since I'm not using Glacier, but it's close enough. And I don't think I will use all, this up very fast, and I want to get rid of all this scrappy stuff. And it's not sellable. Like if I wanted to pull this together to sell, I don't think this is sellable the way it is. And so I either need to toss it or use it. So this is perfect timing for this kind of project. All right, so what you're gonna need some pattern papers. I have a backup plan because I have another pouch of scraps of that Gnomes for Spring, and it is a mess too. It's got a lot of cardstock in it, so I might be able to pull the cardstock out and just use the stickers. I don't know. Anyway, that's my backup if I run out. Okay. Pull out your cardstock, and if you're playing along, can you tell me if you're ready? If you're not ready, I'll show you the stamps I'm using today. So let me know if you're ready to roll. 20 in Oklahoma. That's pretty cold for Oklahoma, isn't it? I don't know how. Do you guys get snow ever? We got another probably inch, half an inch, quarter of an inch, or 3/4 of an inch of snow last night. It was beautiful coming down, but it was freezing. And I think tonight it's supposed to be really cold too. So I would have started right on time, but when I left my house, my door was frozen shut and I couldn't get out. I had to go out my back door. I had to go around my yard in order to get over here. Okay, how are we doing? Hi, Annette. Yeah, I love that polka dot paper too. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get started then. Wow, that's crazy. 4 inches. Yeah. See, sometimes I think, people think in Illinois we get so much snow, but we really don't. In our area, we don't get very much. So it's kind of sad. All right, I am going to get my chopper out, get my cardstock off to the side. What I need is 12 bases. I'm making 12 cards, you guys, yikes. But what I need is 12 of the bases, and my bases are 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And so 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Now, when you're using colored cardstock, I just want to point something out to you. There's a grain to paper. It folds really easy one way, and it folds with more tension the other direction, okay? You can tell if you hold it by the side and it'll dip like crazy one direction and it won't dip hardly at all the other direction. We want our folds to go with that easy grain, okay? So when you cut your cards, if you cut them like I do, where the dip is going forward, falling forward, it will make your card fold easier, all right? So the grain, the dip is like a hill going away from me. Does that make sense at all? Oh my gosh. All right, I'm getting my measurement out so I don't get distracted. 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we want this to be 4 1/4. So I'm gonna slide it over and cut my first 4 1/4, and I'm gonna slide it over and cut my second base. And then this piece is scrap. And you know, on this card, I used it to make my flip-flops. And you can certainly do that, okay? So I have there's 2 card bases starting. I'm just gonna cut all of my pieces while I have the grain. I'm checking the grain on my paper. The hill is going away from me, and I'm gonna cut it at 4 1/4. And I'm gonna cut my next one 4 1/4, and then I have my scrap. People wonder why I have so many scraps. Okay, again, hill away from me. I need a 4 1/4 and another 4 1/4, and then I have a scrap. So all my card bases are landing next to me, and my hill is going away from me. It does help, yeah. Okay, 4 1/4 and another 4 1/4. Well, if you're not working with me, I'm excited that I can actually see comments today because I'm watching on my iPad. Hill away from me, 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. And scrap. See, I could totally use that for my flip-flap part. I probably should use it as my flip-flap part. Let's see. Oh my gosh. That's a cold wind chill. That's why my freaking door was frozen shut this morning. I'm like, wow. That is crazy. This weather's nuts. I feel like Mother Nature's angry or something. All right, I'm just gonna double check my count here because I wasn't counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 card bases, and now I need to cut them to 8 1/4. All right, so all of them get cut to 8 1/4, and then this piece is scrap. If you want to use it for another part of the card, I mean, you could. The problem I have is that, of course, they're all the same color. I need some variety here, so I'll end up using it for something. Don't worry. 8 1/4. So just keep cutting all of them at 8 1/4. The other thing that this piece needs is a score. And I decided while I have my cutter out, I'm gonna cut all of our pieces, you know, all our base pieces before we score. Okay? It's just easier. Easier to cut everything and score everything in bundles. This cutter, I want to say, what did I pay for it? 40 something? I can't remember now. I used to buy exactly this, not this brand, but this style. I call it a teacher chopper because, you know, they used to have them in school. Remember? Did you ever get to get chosen by the teacher to help her cut paper? Because I did. I seriously I was such a teacher's pet. And I loved using the giant wooden teacher chopper. I just thought it was so much fun. And remember the copy papers that smelled good? Oh my God, those are always got mimeograph or whatever. I'm old. Okay, anyway, so they have these style of cutters in different brands. They have them at like Carl brand. They have them in, I'm trying to think of the weird brand that they have at like Staples and Office Depot and stuff, but they work great. They work just fine. You don't have to use this brand. I use this brand because I have my old one I had for over 20 years, my old teacher chopper. Yeah, Heather, you're probably right. It probably wasn't as smooth as this. What I like about this one's self-sharpening, and so it works for a long time. I just got this one new for Christmas because, and the only reason I replaced it, I asked for a new one for Christmas, was because I slide my paper around on this so much that my lines were disappearing. My lines were getting rubbed off. The chopper works great. As a matter of fact, I'm giving it to somebody on here. Okay. Next part. Let's move on. It's Fiskars, yeah. So the inner part right here is what we need to cut. This little flat part. Sorry, my thing is in the way. And this flat part is 3 by 10 and we'll score it at 5. Now, if you're using pocket cards for the front, cut it 3.5 by 10, okay? But I'm gonna cut it 3 by 10. And again, I want my paper to dip away from me. And I'm gonna cut, you know what? Let's make it dip like this. We're gonna make it dip this way. And cut it at 10 inches. And that way, cut 2 inches off, and that way we don't have to do that on every single piece. We'll just do it as one big chop. And then flip it. Now it's dipping the right direction away from me. And we're gonna cut it 3, 3, 3, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna get 4 flip flaps out of each page. So that means I need 3 pages, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, same way again, let's make the dip, sideways like this. And then cut 2 inches off of the side. I just move it to the 10-inch mark and chop. So it's 10 inches, turn, and then we're gonna do 3, 3, 3, 3, right? 3, 3. I feel like, you know, the little trimmers, like, you know, the little Fiskars trimmers, the little Stampin' Up trimmer, all of those, they're fabulous. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to cut it at 10. We'll make that scrap. But for assembly line, it's harder to slide everything around. 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, now we have our flip flaps. Okay, so we have our base, our bases. We have our flaps for the inside. I'm going to pile those up there. The only other part we have to cut out of cardstock is a front panel if you want to decorate a front panel. So I am not going to cut the front panels. If you want to cut front panels, you cut them at 2 3/4 by 4. And I did this already, and the only reason I did this is because I had to stamp, and I didn't think you guys would want to watch me stamp and color all these little bunnies. I thought it would take me forever. So take it, this one, direction doesn't matter. Use your cardstock scraps, whatever you got, and cut 12 panels 2 3/4 by 4. while you do that, I'm going to give you a couple minutes. I'm going to show you some of the stamps that I used. Because I really do want you to keep up with me. I dug into my Easter stamps, and I had a whole bunch of really cute Easter on wood, right? I love this little jelly bean, and I really like this little Easter egg. All of these are so cute. But this is my favorite Happy Easter word, and it's the one I want to use today. So I pulled that out. And then I pulled out my my other sets. OMG. And while I had them out, I started purging, and I found that I had bought this one twice. I bought it twice. Die cuts and stamps, and had never been used. This one. The other one I used. This one I have not. So I'm giving this away to someone, anybody who participates today during my live. I'll draw a name for this, and if you're interested, you know, I'll give it away. I'll mail it to you. It'll be a gift. This was not a cheapy stamp set either. It's a nice one. But oh my gosh, what's wrong with me buying stuff twice? What am I using today? So this little set right here, I bought at Daisy Lane. It's hard to see through the envelope, but basically it's from Stampendous, and it was just a little dollar set. It was just it's one of those cheapy feeling little sets, you know what I'm talking about? But it is made by Stampendous. Anyway, I just think it's adorable, and I've been wanting to use it. And then the other thing that I'm using, Honeybee has this truck. It's like a giant truck, and the pickup, you can make things coming out, like mounded up on the back of the truck, right? That's what that is. So this is the Easter set, and it has eggs and carrots and flowers, and then of course a little Easter bunny. And so I went ahead and I made a bunch of the little bunnies, and I made a bunch of carrots. Aren't those cute? And I thought I could put them maybe at the bottom of my rabbits. And then I have a bunch of eggs. This took so much coloring. What a pain. Just saying, what a pain. But aren't they cute? So cute. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I buy things twice. I usually remember, I can tell you what I have and where I have it. I apparently don't remember that I bought it already. So, and then, so I just thought I could put this maybe at the bottom, like he's hopping away or out of the carrot patch or something. I just thought that was cute. So that's my plan with those. And then the other one that I had that I used, this is a close to my heart one from, like, gosh, was it last year even, with the little bunnies and the Easter and stuff. And I had not used that hopping down the bunny trail. And so I thought that one was really cute. And I think I'm going to put that on my inside flap, like on this page with, I don't know. I'll figure something out. Or maybe that'll be on the inside. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Anyway, if you want to see what else I got these. I think these were from one of the big companies, but I didn't save the packaging. I don't know why. I have this one from Close to My Heart. Close to My Heart. I was going to use that little hippie hoppy. Tailored Expressions. Look, I got that for $8. It's so adorable. Does this tail make my butt look big? Oh my God, I about died laughing when I saw that. Lawn Fawn. And then I've got a whole bunch of little bunnies and more serious Easter sets. The gnomes. Remember the gnomes? That'd be cute. There's my duplicate And then I have some die cuts, which I have never used. I was gonna cut these out and make them like peeps. I thought that would be really cute. And then I thought this little hanging bunny would work really good. And then this is a baby set that I use with baby stuff a lot, but the bunnies are really cute, and I thought that bunny would look really cute in the bunny patch. And I even thought about having this bunny hold a carrot in the bunny patch or something. I don't know. Too much work. I put those back and went with, well, what I went with. So, okay, are we ready to cut? We're ready to cut patterns. All right, so let me grab my patterns. We need some patterns that will show around the back, the very back, like this one. See how little of it actually shows around the edge? But you can make it like that coffee card where it flips up again. And then the whole pattern will show. So I could make some both ways. I could make them attach either way. But I know I need to use up this bunny pattern. Not much of it's gonna show though. Maybe I'll just do butterflies today and think about that. I'm gonna cut off the zip strip. That's where I'm starting. The zip strips on the Close to My Heart papers have patterns on them. I might be able to use that, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna cut this to 4 inches by 5 1/4. So what I do when I'm cutting these, I cut this at 10 1/2 so that I get the longest possible scrap, okay? And then I rotate it and I cut it at 4 and 4, and then see the 5 1/4, so that I get 5 1/4, 5 1/4. I'm gonna stack these and cut 5 1/4. So out of one sheet, I have 6 bases, right? And that will go on the back. So I need to do one more so that I have 12 bases. I'm gonna cut off that zip strip. And I'll save it in case I can use it. I'll cut it at 10 1/2 mark and get my scrap. And then I can go ahead and slide this down to 5 1/4. And then I can stack these up and cut them at 4 4 4. So I go to 8, slide down to 4, and I have 6 more bases. So I have 12 bases there. Yay! Now the only other pattern that I have on here is this piece right here. And that's a harder one for me. Maybe that's where I'll put the bunnies. That might work. Okay, so this little pattern is 4 by 2 1/2, and I need 12 of them. The problem is it's directional. So if you have a pattern like my rabbits where they are in a certain direction, you need to make sure that you're cutting the right way, right? So that they won't be like sideways on your card. All right, so I'm gonna cut the zip strip off. That's a good place to use those rabbits. Oh, those little hearts are cute. Might be able to use those. All right, so 2 1/2. I am going to go ahead and cut at 2 1/2. That brings it down to 9 1/2 on my cutter. I'm going to go another 2.5, which takes it down to the 7-inch mark. And that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go another 2.5, 7, 8, 9, and the last one, 2.5. And then I'll have a scrap. Isn't that cute? All right. And now these need to be cut to 4. And I can do them all at once on this trimmer, which is really wild. But I prefer to do like 2 at a time. And if you're using the other style trimmer, you know, sometimes you just have to do them 1 at a time. So I know that takes time. And I'm probably, you know, way faster. So there's 6, right? Where you're going, okay, there's 1. So I know I'm fast with this. So there's that one. And then I'm going to do it again. Cut it at 8 and at 4. Even on the other style of trimmer, it really does help to put that arm out and cut it while you slide the pieces. I mean, it really does help to like put this, you know, bring this arm out and take your piece and put it at your, you know, 9.5 cut, you know, 7 cut. I mean, and slide it so you're not cutting. If you're cutting a piece at 4 and cutting, and then you have to open your trimmer and move your pieces around again and then cut again. If you're doing that, it really is a lot slower. So if you learn how to use your ruler where you're subtracting what you're cutting off, it took me a while to learn how to do that. But once I learned it, gosh, I'm very fast at trimming now. Okay, everybody. We are ready to score. So get out your score, and we are going to start scoring. I'm going to put these decorative pieces together off to the side, and the only part we need right now is the cardstock. So we have a base of our card and we have the flippy flappy part. So let's start with the flippy flappy part. It's the easiest. And we're just gonna put it, I do have to score 1 at a time on those, and we're gonna score it in half. It's a 10-inch piece. So I'm gonna zoom in just a little here. So we have a 10-inch piece. We're gonna score it in half at 5. And this has a light side and a dark side, and I like the darker side showing. So I have the pretty side up, whichever color you want showing is what is up. So we're just gonna keep scoring 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and we're making 12 of them. So that, I think that bunny is adorable. And you know what? That little stupid looking stamp set that I bought, I mean the little bunny with the glasses and then the bunny tail, I just kept thinking, gosh, that was only $1, and it is so adorable. And I kept thinking, you know, this little bunny tail would be so cute with a big pom-pom on it. Ugh, there's so many potential things I could do with that. What I did with them, I watercolored them because it's faster, and I use my re-inkers as my watercolor. So they fade out. I mean, like they go on bolder than what they end up drying at. Like they dry back, if that makes sense. And so then what I do is I take just a little bit of marker and make highlights on it. It's just a faster way for me to watercolor when I'm doing so many. So here's my trick for scoring. I like to put it like in the corner and just do a quick pinch on each of these. When you don't have to be perfect at all of them, because when you stack them together and score all together, it really does help. So I'm just going to show you my assembly line version of scoring. And this is a trick that I learned from Club Scrap, because sometimes she does like batches of 4 cards at a time. And she taught us this scoring trick. So I'm just doing a light fold for each one. Just like this. And then, I know, 12 cards is a lot. 12 cards is a lot. But it is really fun to take, like, you know, 2.5 hours and, like, be done with 12 cards. That's amazing. Okay, here's the trick. You do that light fold, and now you put them all together in a stack. You ready for this? This is cool. All right, watch. I take my bone folder, and do them all together. Look, they're all folded. I didn't do them, you don't have to do them all perfectly individually. They're all like pinched together at the same time, and it works. It's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna set those to the side, and then we're gonna do the card base. All right, now the card base is interesting when you're using two-sided paper like I am, because one side is dark and the other side is light. And so what you end up with is a front that has the light side or the dark side here, and the light side or the, you know, the opposite. So like when I fold this, I'm going to have a light and a dark next to each other. That's very hard to see on camera, but in real life, you might be able to notice. I always put the light side to the inside. I don't know if you can even see that on camera at all. There, you can see the difference. It's going to be, so the front of this card, that's the only part about that. So I'm going to put light side up to score, okay? Dark side down. So in other words, because I want it the other way around. I want dark side up so that I can fold it. The dark side will be on the outside of the card. Wow, I hope it didn't confuse you. Okay, so this piece, this base that we made, 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, we're gonna score it at 5 1/2. So you can see on my template, I wrote on there, score 5 1/2. So all of these, once again, 5 1/2, okay? So 12 bases. I know, it's a lot. My cardstock is too stacked. So what's everybody eating these days? I feel like this kind of weather is like perfect for soups and chilies and, you know, crock pots and stuff. What's everybody making? This week we made a roast with vegetables. We had taco soup one night. I made a roasted chicken one day. And we we used to cook like that and then have leftovers the next day. And now with Jen, I don't know what the night shift, anybody who's ever worked the night shift knows that one of the ways you keep yourself awake is to eat. And my daughter eats all of our leftovers at night. So we wake up in the morning and there's like just enough for Steve to take in his lunch. Okay, we're going to do that same kind of trick where we fold each score. Now you can kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Where it's dark and light. That's my only, I don't know how much it'll show with my pattern paper on it anyway, but yeah. So I mean, I'm not kidding, Stephanie, I made like a full roast, a huge roast, and there's just me and Steve. And of course, we don't eat that way every day. And so he was pigging out on it. And then, the leftovers in the morning, he had just enough left to take a small amount in his lunch. That was it. So that was funny. I've been following Weight Watchers now for like my whole life. Seems like forever. And they made lean beef, free, 0 points. And so I've had hamburgers a couple times. Wow, those are good. Turkey burgers are not the same. Okay, see how they're like loosely folded? I'm stacking them all together. And now I'm going to, and I like to flip them and do them again. But what you don't really have to, because look, perfect. They're perfect. Now we have all our scoring done, all our bases done, and we are ready to put this sucker together. Can you believe that? Yay. Put my scoreboard away. Do you need time to catch up? How's everybody doing? I think that'll be cute with little bunnies. All right, so there's what we should have. Card base, flippy flap inside, decorative outside. That's what we should have so far, right? Okay, so the next step is to put this piece on the inside of our card. So I'm going to set these two aside so I don't get anything screwed up. And then I'm just going to adhere this to the inside like that. I know, beef on Weight Watchers, that was huge. You know, we normally, beef on Weight Watchers is so many points. Oh my God. Here's the other assembly line thing I do, okay? I think it takes forever to put adhesive on everything. And so I do it all at once. And I have my table over here to the side. And I'm just gonna start like setting them out on my trimmer so that I can just put them on. As long as they don't all stick together on each other, it works. As long as I don't accidentally pile them onto each other. I've done that a couple times. I don't know if I have room for all 12. But for me, this is a faster way to put cards together when you're stash busting. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you just want to get all the base part done. Now, if you're adding a decorative element, like I need a little more space, so I'll put these on. I'll start putting them on and then I'll do the rest. Like if you were going to add like a little ribbon to the bottom or something, now would be the time, right? If you wanted to add a little twine or a little ribbon around the outside. Cute. All right. So we're just sticking these on here. So Denise contacted me last night, and she said she had a ton of Disney pictures that she needed to scrapbook, and she wanted to know if I would do a Stash Buster night for Disney pages, because if any of you have ever gone to Disney and you've tried to buy Disney scrapbook paper, you'll know that every single company out there uses the same colors. They use the same blue, the same yellow, the same red, and black. Every single one of them, over and over. And you can buy like 5 packs of different paper, and they're all the same colors, and you end up with all these patterns that coordinate out of these packs. So I was like, ooh, that's kind of an interesting idea for a Stash Buster night, is to make a bunch of Disney pages. Anybody else got Disney trips that they need to stash bust? Because it might be kind of interesting to do scrapbook pages that way, just to get a bunch done. They don't have to all be the same, you know, layout or whatever. Okay, now we can do the rest of these. Yeah, me too. Well, you know, we just came back from Disney in November, and the last time we went was in 2018, so it had been a while, and I still did not finish all of my 2018 pictures. So I have that trip plus the one I just took. So I was thinking, gosh, maybe I should do that, because we have gobs of you know, layouts that are the bases can be fairly generic, and sometimes you just need all the bases done, and then you can decorate them with what coordinates with your photos. You know what I mean? Look at my butterflies. That's gonna make a really sweet card. Okay, now the next part is to put your decoration on the front. Is everybody keeping up with me? That's the next part, is to decorate the top on the outside of your card. So I'm gonna put adhesive on all my bunny paper. Sometimes I use, for smaller pieces like this, sometimes I use liquid glue just for speed. I'm so much faster. Oh, speaking of glue, oh my gosh, you guys, what tape runner are you guys using for your adhesive on your cards? Because I've used the ATG for several years now, and I also use liquid glue. Tape runners, I used to use mono adhesive, and I lost a source for it to make it inexpensive. And so once it started getting expensive, and then they sold out to somebody, and like the quality wasn't the same. Stampin' Up! Their adhesive is really good on the, they have like a regular one and a strong one, and the strong one is the only one I would consider using in my scrapbook. I learned my lesson hard with the adhesives, because you know, these dry out over time sometimes, and you know, I found a few of my books with decorations in the bottom of the page protector that had fallen off the page because some of the adhesives were not holding up over time. So I'm very strict about my my adhesives, but the ATG, you know, Scotch decided to stop selling this pink ATG gun. And it's hard to find one from Scotch that will hold a 1/4 inch tape. And they quit making the acid-free 1/4 inch tape. And so I go through Tape Jungle, and it's really inexpensive if you buy it by the case like I do. I buy like a whole case of adhesive, but man, that's a lot of adhesive. But it did make me think that maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something out there that I'm missing. Easy Run, the red one, the grand one, that is nice. And Stampistic does a twice a year adhesive sale for the Easy Runner Grand Pam that is they're discounted, and you get, I don't know, so many or whatever. Stephanie can show you that if but it's, I've priced those. I like those. Those are more like little like the line tabs kind of, right? They're like it's like this tape runner with the little lines, only it's in a big gun like this, only smaller. Smaller gun, but it's in a gun style. Yeah. I thought about switching to that for a while and just seeing if I like it. I love the ATG. It's very hard to give up an ATG. But you know, people ask me all the time where to get this ATG and stuff, and now, you know, nobody carries it. Like, you can't get it anymore. And it's sold out online all over the place. Like, you can't even find it on Amazon anymore. So, let's see. How are you doing? Are you getting your papers put on? This is to me, this is like the tedious part, is getting everything ready for the fun decorating. All right. I have all 12 of my card bases with a pattern on the back and a pattern on the front. This would be a really cool card to put, you know, that old ribbon trick where you put ribbon or twine around the top or something, you know, something along the bottom would look really cute right here, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind as we do the next part. Okay, so the next part is putting in this flippy flappy panel, and you decide how you want it to be in. So there's a couple of different ways. You can attach the flippy flappy panel to the back. See how it's attached to the base of my card, okay? You can do that way, or you can do like that other one that I had. I knew I shouldn't have put it away. And attach it to the front, and then this part flips and flaps. So either way, you have a piece that flips and flaps. I'm just gonna hold that there for a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. I hope you can see that okay. So this one's attached to the upper flap, and this one's attached to the lower flap. And you're just gonna line it up at that score line right there. Okay? I think I'm gonna attach it down to the butterflies. So here I go again with the adhesive, and you just eyeball center it just like that. And you can see then that you have an outer flap and inner flap, and then this part is where you would write your message or whatever. Okay, let's do them all. Yay, right? I'm going to assembly line these as well. I'm just gonna put adhesive on everything like I have been. I'm putting extra adhesive just on this one because it gets a lot of flipping. I don't want it to come loose. So I just use a little more on this. It's nice to have a big table next to me to lay these out on because I really do feel like it takes a lot longer to do them one at a time, you know? So having the table space is nice. If you don't have the table space, just put them on one at a time. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm kind of lazy that way. So is there anybody here who would not want me to draw their name for the free stamp set? Because I know it's more, you know, secular. It may not be one that you would choose or whatever. So I think that it's beautiful. I've seen some really, oh, I gotta put that the right way. Make sure your flap goes the right direction. Geesh. I almost put it on where it flipped the wrong direction. I really like having so many cards done in one setting. Oh, I need to show you the birthday cards that I made yesterday. I told you I really like to make a bunch of cards that are all kind of the same. I'll show you those in a second. That way it'll give you a minute to catch up if I'm too fast. I'm looking around my room going, now where did I set those? I see them now. Okay. Sheesh. I have piles of things all over. I try to plan my lives at least a week or two in advance so that these could almost be baby cards. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This would last me the rest of my life. I don't have that many people in my life that are having babies. We'll make them Easter. All right, there's that. Let me show you those birthday cards. So I did these assembly line style, and they open, and what's really cool is they show off the new close to my heart, oh my gosh, did I say that? The new Stampin' Up! Cake paper, which is so pretty, and the cake set with the dies, and I used like a glossy accent or glaze on these, on the frosting, and it makes it all shiny. I don't know how shiny it looks on camera. And then on some of them, I used glitter because I wanted to see what glitter would look like on it. Like this one, I really like the pink with the glitter. And then the other one, there's a couple of them that I used my glaze pen. So have you guys ever seen the jelly roll and it's glaze, which is very hard to see on camera. There, glaze. And when you put it on, it leaves like a really slick, clear kind of, so you can kind of see where I put it, like right here and right here. It's kind of milky or whatever, and then it dries clear and shiny. And it's not as dimensional as using like diamond glaze, but it does make it shiny like frosting, which is really cool. But I just have to give it a minute to dry now since I messed with it. But anyway, I thought those were really cute. And I needed to do some birthday cards, you know? Okay, it is time to decorate. Is everybody ready to decorate? Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me turn this. I had to turn my heater down. I have like a little space heater. So here's my plan. You guys get out your decorations to start decorating. I think the hippity hoppity will be really cute right here. And then I'll put either carrots or I'll put the carrots or the eggs down at the bottom. I think that's really cute. I feel like it needs some blue. Maybe I should ink those some more. Work. Okay, and then on the inside, I think I want to put this little guy and hopping down the bunny trail on the inside of the flap. Like when you open it up, I can put hopping down the bunny trail and this little guy. And I think I want to use up some of my stickers. I've made these big so I could trim them down to whatever I need, whatever I decide on. And then I can use my bunny stickers. I gotta get them. I don't know where I put them. All right, I'm looking. Oh, they're under my trimmer. I'm like, I swear I just had them here. Okay. I have a bunch of stickers like these eggs that, you know, can go at the bottom. I have a lot of little flag kind of deals that I can put at the top with little hearts. I have a lot of those. And then I also have the zip strips, you know, from my paper that I could put, you know, down at the bottom. Then when this flips, I think I'm gonna put this here. Whatever I put on this one has to be hidden by this panel. So it'll go here, it'll go here, and then on the inside, I want to put my Happy Easter stamp. I know I want that. Maybe I'll start there because I know I want that. I'm tempted to ink first. Ugh. I didn't want to do anything messy today. I'm so lazy. But I think I need it. I think I need ink on my hippity hoppity. So I'm going to get out my glacier or light ink. And my brush. And I feel like he needs just a little sky or something. You know what I mean? Like just a little blue. It doesn't have to be perfect, but when I do this, I tend to shake my camera. I'm sorry. That is so cute. A little butterfly or something up there would be cute too. I want to see what other people are doing you have to post a picture. If you're not watching on your camera, take a picture of where you're at, what you're working on, what colors you're using, you know, whatever you've got. I want to see. It's like, it's hard to not be able to see back. And I thought about doing a doing this via Zoom or something, but I wasn't sure how long. Zoom has a weird time limit problem unless you pay a lot of money, and I'm cheap, so I haven't paid the money to do that. But Annette, see, Annette, you should have just, if you're home, you should have just come over and we could have made these together. I have enough paper, certainly. I have enough trimmers and glue. We could have had a whole room here of people making Easter cards and stuff. They're so cute. I used to make stuff like this all the time for people at work. I put them in their mailboxes with little, you know, the little treats, a little bag of jelly beans or something. Uline. So Tape Jungle, if you buy it by the box, I want to say they're $2.70 a piece, $2.40 a piece. Oh, hold on, let me see if I have a box here. I don't. All my boxes are back in my bedroom here in this house. Well, that's a weird place to put them, but I have a dresser in that bedroom full of my extra adhesives. And I really like, I buy them by the case, which is like a giant box. It's like a whole case. I think it's like over 100 rolls. Anyway, they end up being $1.24 each, something like that. I don't quote me on the numbers. It's been a little while since I bought another case, but I bought them by the case several times. Okay, let's see. And then I need to wipe this off so I don't get ink everywhere, right? That's just water and a rag. Have I told you how much I like this glass mat lately? It's really handy for doing stuff like that. Okay, so I have the hippity hoppity, and now I need to stamp my Happy Easter, and I feel like Glacier is just a little soft on pink, so I need a color. I'm just gonna go up a blue, basically, and this blue is not a blue that's anywhere in my... I have not stamped with this for a long time. I better try it out. Make sure it works good still. Will that work? Should I use Lagoon? Should I use a teal color instead? I feel like maybe. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna use this, try this color and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I think that's the winner. Okay, so each card now is going to get a little Happy Easter. Now I could put this on white. Perfect. I could put this on white and you know, cut out a little doodad and make it fancy. But when I'm assembly lining, I get tired of all the, oh my God, look, I put that on wrong. I guess this card is going to be a different style of flip flap card. Okay, since I put my flap on wrong, let me show you how to fix that, because there is a style of card that does the same thing, only you just, instead of keeping it on the inside, you put it on the outside, but it needs to be trimmed. It needs to be trimmed. I can't believe I did that. You know, I thought I was being really careful. So I'm going to cut about, you know, a ½ inch. Oof. So dumb. I'm going to cut like a ½ inch off of the flap on this side, and then I'll just do it like that. That's all. Oh, brother. Okay. And I'm going to make this one a sideways card. So it'll go like that. It'll look different, that one. That's okay. Hopefully I didn't do that on any of my others. There are some things that I love spending money on and things I hate spending money on. And adhesive is so frustrating to buy. It's so boring. Sometimes, oh, I know I have announcement for you. So April 15th, you know, close to my heart. What is wrong? Yeah, they had that VIP program where every time you made a purchase, you know, you got credit towards another purchase. Well, Stampin' Up! Is starting a program very similar in that if you make a purchase of $25 or more after April 15th, you will get 10% of your order as a credit towards a future purchase. And there's no buy-in. In other words, it's like Kohl's, you know, where you just go in and you get the Kohl's cash, whether you want it or not. You get that credit. Up to you to spend it. As a demonstrator, the cool part about the Stampin' Up! Cash, Stampin' Up! Rewards, it's not really cash, right? But is that I can give that away if I want. So if I'm buying and I am earning rewards, I can gift those rewards to my downline or to my customers, and it's another way of, you know, like continuing like our hostess club or whatever, where I can give my rewards away each month to a hostess. So in addition to the rewards you would get for making a purchase, you would, you know, you might be hostess one month and get rewards from me. Anyway, that is coming and that's exciting. Okay, I've got my card messages done. Now I'm ready. I think I'm ready to put hippity hoppity on there. Now when I do this, I'm going to use liquid glue because it gives me a little slip and slide and maneuver time. I wouldn't have to, but so what I'm doing is I want to line up my card so that there's a nice even border all the way around like that. And then I only want to adhere it to the top flap. So I'm going to, sorry, my trigger finger is doing something weird there. So I'm going to lay this down just like this and press and wiggle that into place. And that will give me my top flap and a flip flap. Now on that coffee card, what I did was I attached the top flap to this and this part flipped. So, you know, it's just one of those, you do you, however, but this is, I think this is really cute. The other thing I want to do is I want to put my little carrots or whatever onto the bottom of this card. And I feel like I'm feeling the need to put to pop it up just a little bit. So I'm just gonna put some pop dots down there Now, I like to do this kind of thing, assembly line. So I'm showing you how I'm decorating it, but what I normally do is all of the bunnies, then all of the carrots, and then all of the insides, right? But I'm just going to show you my first card. I'll make like one card and then kind of show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to trim this down. I don't want it so big. And just like that. I think that's cute. And again, whatever you put on this page needs to be hidden by this panel. So you need to leave that border all around again. This little bunny is adorable, but I didn't trim him at the bottom because I thought I might put something else, you know, like eggs or something across there like that. So I kind of left him unfinished down here at the bottom. He's so cute. I'm thinking about doing something different with his glasses, like that glaze pen or something. And then the other thing about that'll make this bunny a lot cuter is using the white jelly roll pen. I didn't do that before, but making his eyes more white, and you can see like having his eyes pop, it does matter. It does make a difference. So you can see the difference between the two. It really helps. And the other thing I did is I just did a really quick swoosh on his little of like yellow, which is kind of ugly. Let me get my, and I think I'm gonna put some color on his bow tie. Just to add a little something more. You wouldn't have to. You just wouldn't, but. So I'm going to put him here. And then I'm going to put this here. And I'll just trim that excess. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Hippity hoppity. Hopping down the bunny trail, and happy Easter. And then I have all those crazy stickers that I can pick from to, you know, add to my cards. So I can add a little butterfly. I can add something to the inside. I really like this little hooray for spring. That's really cute. Put that up there. And maybe I'll put like a little heart. They'll all be a little different based on the stickers I have left, right? But I have a lot of stickers and I'm gonna use them, by golly. Look at that. And then I need to put something on the inside here. And I really love these eggs. And of course I need to leave a little room for me to write. So there you go. There's how my cards are gonna turn out. Now I can do assembly line style, right? I'll do my crazy card last. My one I did wrong. Okay, so that's my plan. Do you like it? The queen of embellishment. Wow, that cracks me up. I really love having all these stickers and all these things. I never buy a paper pack without buying the stickers with it. Never buy a paper pack without any embellishment. It'll drive you crazy. You'll have to go through all your stamps like I did and make them. This was a work of love. You know, cutting out, coloring, all these little bunnies. They're adorable, but to make 12, it's a work of love. So yeah, you gotta know, like, it's so handy having all of the little stickers and things that coordinate. I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad you like it. Yes. Yeah. And having the stickers as a combo, that's a huge thing, like just to add on. Or dots, you know, the embellishment dots. I have the embellishment dots for this too. So I could add a few little hearts or little whatever. I think I even have the ones that came with this paper. Yep, I do. Look at that. Honey bunny. So I can add some little dots. It is, you know, this is why the Echo Park packs and this Simple Stories packs, those kind of things are appealing to me, because when you're doing a stash buster like this, where you're using things up, it is so nice to have the big variety of embellishments that they come with. And I'm thrilled that Stampin' Up! Is starting to do that. That birthday set, that sticker sheet is amazing. I'm trying to think if I have it really easy to show you. I mean, it has so many stickers. It's cool. Let me see. I'm excited because, okay, like, just look at all the pieces of ephemera. Those are all punch outs. They're punching out as I show you. All the little cupcakes and all the little things that you can put on. And they also have another sheet of these, which would be perfect for the front of this card, for example. And then there's the sticker sheet, which is like totally loaded. And these are awesome. Just awesome. I'm excited about that one. As a matter of fact, that's why I made cards with it yesterday, because I could not wait to try it. And, you know, just stash bust, make a whole bunch. With the festive paper, oh yeah, I want to see that for sure. That's cool. That ephemera that came with that pack, there was so much to that festive pack. That was great. I don't think people realized the way it was shown in the catalog. I don't think people realized how much was included in that. It is so nice to not have to make it all from scratch. You don't realize until you're making it all from scratch that it's like, oh, thank God this included it. And I love stamping, obviously. I love stamping, but wow. Okay, that's card 11. Now I have that funky card. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna make this work. I may cut this down. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. So that's, what was that, 2 3/4? Let me try this at. I'm chopping off camera. Yeah, that's really cute. I'm gonna put that there. Okay, now I'm ready to put on all of my... I even assembly lined this part because I really hate peeling the paper off of foam tape. My glaze gel pen, the clear one, came separately, and I think I bought it from, oh, let me think a second. I think you can just get it from Amazon but I bought it all by itself, and it was probably from Honeybee, because I haven't been buying from, I've been buying from Tailored Expressions and Honeybee lately, in addition to Stampin' Up. And I know Stampin' Up doesn't carry it, so it had to be one of those, and it was probably Honeybee. That glaze pen would look amazing on these little eggs. I may later make them shiny. They're so cute. Oh my God, I love these. My goal always is to take these packs and use them up and not store them, because I know myself really well. If Stephanie would not have said, hey Connie, how about let's do Easter cards, I would never have even thought to go back to this pack. I just wouldn't have done it. And all that took a ton of space in my storage file. And now, after these cards, after I finish these cards, I can toss probably almost all the scraps. I could probably even do one more stash buster of Easter. I don't know. The bulk cards, the reason I bought the Honey Bunny bulk with the yellow and the butterflies is because that yellow coordinates with a couple of other packs that I have really well, and I just thought I'll use the yellow. So I don't need to keep that with the Honey Bunny pack, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, Wink of Stella. Yep, I could do that. I kind of feel like using something fuzzy on his tail. I have this like fun flock. Do you guys remember that? It's so old. Oh my God, my stash is so old. But it came in a little jar like glitter, and you just put glue on and then smash the fun flock onto it. And I may do that. I might hunt that down. I know I still have it. I just have to figure out where I put it, because I tend to keep all that stuff in the same place. So maybe I'll put this guy here with the carrots in here on this one. Let me trim that a little. Who's out there, Moose? Do you hear my dog barking? He hears a truck. Today is garbage. Is it garbage day? Yes. So he hears somebody. He hears a truck out there. I hear a truck out there. He always thinks it's a delivery. There's a FedEx guy who loves moose and he brings them treats. And so whenever he hears the truck arrive, ah, yeah, that's really cute. That's really sweet. I just have to put something there. I'll figure it out in a minute. Oh, that's a good idea. Puff paint. You know, I have, oh gosh, like, you know, like Nuvo drops and stuff like that would work, but it doesn't make it furry. I'll think about it. I think I made an extra carrot. Anybody need an extra carrot? Do you like the eggs better or the carrots better? I'm curious now. I have 2 extra carrots left. They're so cute. Look at that. Yes. All right. Now I got to do the insides. I just think that's adorbs. So my plan was to be on here for like 2 hours, which it's 22 or something. I'm kind of thinking that's not bad, that to make this many cards in a couple of hours. I love it. All right, and I'm gonna put this sticker on here. Cute, 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 cute. What do I have here? Springtime, Easter eggs, hippity hop. Oh, cute. I have another butterfly. That, and wow, I'm just looking at all the stuff on here. There's so many options. They're so cute. They're all so cute. And then my Happy Easter. This one. The eggs, because of the color. Yeah, the eggs are, just imagine that like pickup truck or whatever that that's in there. You know what I mean? It's really sweet. I just think those are cute. Oh my gosh. This is definitely the most time-consuming part, right? But it's also kind of the funnest part if you're like me, decorating the whole thing. It's awesome. And you think about how much time this takes. It's not bad. And it's better than me trying to, I would have to give away all these scraps to somebody else who would do it, or I would have to just pitch it, because I just don't want to store all the scraps like this. So thank you, Stephanie, for saying that. And let's see. I'm just coloring his thing a little bit. And let me get out my other, I have zip strips, and I have definitely got sticker sheets to use. I got lots of eggs for some reason. See, I got like whole page full of these. So nice to have stickers to put on. So what's everybody gonna do the rest of the day? I feel like I got out of bed and basically put on clothes that were a lot like pajamas. I really feel like I don't know. It's like, I don't want to go out. And then my daughter, she woke up early. She's kind of into watching all of the hoopla with the change in the presidents and stuff. And so she told me she was gonna go get groceries. I was like, oh my God, she has totally made my day. She doesn't agree to do that very often, because most of the time, you know, she is sleeping all day. But that kind of made my day, because I'm like, ugh, I don't like getting groceries. I like to shop, but not groceries. Laundry is not fun either. Although I got my new washer and dryer, and so I don't think I'm going to be complaining too much about doing laundry for a while, because after I had all those laundry woes last month. Oh my gosh. We had so I have a washer and a dryer that were both old. The washer went out next door at our house, and then the dryer went out over here. And so I had a washer over there and a dryer over here that worked. And so I was like hauling laundry, wet loads. Yuck. So yeah, I'm like, I'll do the laundry. I'll take care of that. Because that's not too bad. I gotta cut these. These are driving me crazy. I should just do them all. So, for dinner tonight, we have no groceries right now because we have truly made everything except for ground turkey in our fridge. And I'm like, ground turkey, getting a little burned out on all of my recipes that I use for that. I do a lot of meatloaf and hamburger helper type meals and skillets. I do, not hamburger helper, but my own recipe of that. And then I do sloppy joes and, you know, gosh, everything tastes good. It's just I'm tired of it. I'm ready for something different. So, all right. We are approaching 3 o'clock. Maybe I should go ahead and do that drawing with everybody who's here. Is that a good idea? I'll put names on. Oh yeah, Heather, no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna say, let's see, we got Heather and Stephanie. And who else do we have here? Annette. And gosh, I gotta scroll back to see who else is actually on here. Is Marsha? Marsha, are you still here? And Debbie. Pam. Karen. Have I missed anybody? Gotta speak up. Jen Steed. Steed. How do you say your name? And let's see. And Crystal. Crystal, who is at the airport. Okay, I'm gonna fold these up and put them in my jug. Hold on a second, I gotta grab my jug. What set did you purchase twice, Stephanie? I'm curious now. You know, I keep track of all my sets on the on my phone on an app. So when I am out shopping, I can totally look up to see if I have like purchased anything before, if I already own it, but I don't always look at it when I'm online, you know what I mean? Which is frustrating. All right, last chance, anybody else? Oh, the Winnie the Pooh. Oh, that's cute. I don't use a lot of Winnie the Pooh. All right, you ready? Here's the winner. Annette! Congratulations, Annette. You win the stamp set. And it's right here. You can let me know if you want to come by and play to pick it up, or if you want me to mail it or drop it off or whatever. Let me know. Congratulations. I hope you'll use it. I hope you like it. So cool. And if you hate it and you don't want it, or it's not your style or whatever, all you have to do is say the word and I'll draw another name. So cool. Yeah. So we're wrapping it up. I'm gonna keep making these cards for the next, looks like I have about 15 more minutes of time that it'll take me. I really do think I'll have all of these done in 15 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. My dog is needing to go out, and I want to see what you make. I want to see, even if you just made one card, or if you had a plan and never did cut your paper, but you have a plan. I want to see it. I want to see your, you know, like what paper you were using or whatever. So leave comments, please, with photos, or put them on the main page. I don't care. I love seeing what everybody is making. It's so much fun. And it gives us all ideas when you share your ideas. You know what I mean? It really does help to see what other people are doing. That's why all of us buy stuff all the time, isn't it? I mean, we're all like that. So I'm gonna put that and that. And that. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you the card one last time. And I'll show you the template if you want to take a screenshot of the cutting diagrams and stuff, okay? So get your camera ready or whatever if you're going to do a screenshot. Here is the template. Okay, here's one. Flip layer card. It's a flip flap card. I don't know what they call it, but the base is that, scored at 5.5. Okay, and then the inside inner page is 3 by 10, scored at 5, and if you're using pocket cards, 3.5 by 10. And then the front panel is whatever you want to make it, but 2 3/4 by 4. And here is that card that I made. Flip, flap. Isn't that cute? It leaves room for a message. And it's adorable. I'll probably add some dots to these too, to the outside. Cute, cute, cute. All right, have a good day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. So much fun when so many people can make it. All right, bye-bye.